Hello and welcome to the Loan Officer Wealth Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Johnstone, and I have an incredible offer for you today. What we've done is we've taken the 10 most profitable methods to grow your mortgage business that we have learned from interviewing the producers on this podcast, many of whom are doing over $100 million in volume per year. And we've packaged them together into a condensed 45-minute training where you get to learn the 10 most successful and profitable activities that you should be running in your mortgage business. Then we show you how to automate those processes with people and systems so that they run and continue to produce loan applications and new partners that want to send you business pre-booked into your calendar without you having to do any cold calls or chasing or really any work. It's a blueprint for you to be able to produce more in your business while actually working less. And you can go get that training today for free at chriswebinar.com. That's chriswebinar.com. So make sure you head over there today, grab that training for free, and make sure that you watch it, because the sooner you get started on implementing these strategies, the sooner you can see results and continue to grow your mortgage business. Thank you again for being here with us for this episode, and enjoy another one on the Loan Officer Wealth Podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Loan Officer Wealth Podcast. We are here with Wally from Coach Wally. And man, I'm thrilled to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking your valuable time.
Thank you, Chris. Definitely excited about being on the show and adding value wherever I can.
Awesome. Well, I know that you are a branch manager and very much in the mortgage industry. So why don't we start off by talking about just what you're doing and what you're coaching right now to help loan officers just stay productive and stay winning in today's environment?
Yeah, I mean, has the environment changed? Have things been different of late? I would say I'm kind of the old fart when it comes to that. So I started the mortgage business when I was 19 years old. So that was back in 1999. So I've gone through the dot-com burst. I've gone through the recession 2007, 2008. I've gone through the COVID scare, where it's like March 2020, and I'm talking to my wife. I might have to become a financial advisor or something, or a CPA, because the mortgage has gone out the window. And then you come April of 2020, like, hey babe, let's go buy a lake house. You want a new car? And it's like, this is the jump around. But yeah, so this market shift is the fourth market shift that I've been through. And one thing I teach my loan officers is how to grow more market share through a market shift. Versus most loan officers right now are laying off people. Most loan officers are pulling their business back. They're cutting back personal expenses, and they just don't really understand how to get on the offense. It's very difficult when most loan officers work for managers that have not been through a shift like this and don't know how to gain market share. The unfortunate thing is, you can't really take a loan officer somewhere that you've never been. It's as simple as that. So it's pretty neat that, we've got a team here today that, we did over $200 million in loans last year, 200 million. And I remember when 100 million was the pinnacle, and that was like top. You hit 100 million, that you were like the guy or the girl.
Yep.
And 2020, we hit 100 million in loans, and that was, we're the 11th person in the whole state of Texas to hit over 100 million. And next year you do 150 million in 2021. 2020, the next year you do 200 million. We're on track to do about 250 million this year. Wow. So how are we growing our business through this market pullback, this market shift, this recession, whatever cool name you want to give it? And that's probably one of my favorite things that we're doing as a team right now.
That is incredible. Congratulations on the incredible success. And so many questions about building a team.
Yeah.
But looking at what you're coaching into your organization right now, what are those things that you're doing right now to continue to keep volumes up, to continue to get deals that are funding right now?
Well, I just say, unfortunately, and I was guilty of this. Like I said, I've done this 23 years. So I was guilty of this as a loan officer probably the first 16, 17, 18 years of my career. Is you go to a realtor, you wine and dine them, you get a referral, you get a commission, come back to the realtor, wine and dine them some more. Hopefully, some other loan officers not wine and dine them better than you, and then you get a referral, and it's just like cycle over and over. What I've learned is that what we've done differently is we go to a realtor, we get a referral, you take that referral and you refer it out 3 or 4 different ways. So refer it out to a financial advisor, a CPA, a family will attorney, and also an insurance broker. So it's 4 referrals I refer it out. Do you think I'm going to get a referral back from any of those 4 people? And where do you think that referral is going to go to? Back to the original realtor.
Yeah.
But we built a business now that's on a 6-lane highway. Most loan offices operate on a 1-lane highway.
Yeah.
Go to a realtor, get a deal, get a commission. That's the industry 1-lane highway. So we built a lifeline where it's obviously realtors. Number 2 lane highway, it's financial advisors, CPAs, family will attorneys, insurance, builders, and the 6th lane is simply our database. So we don't call it a database, we call it a data bank.
I love that.
And you make deposits to your database, your past clients, and you also take withdrawals out. You add value, you receive referrals. And that's just a different way of looking at the way that we built the business.
That's amazing. And are you centralizing the content that goes out to the database for all of your loan officers so it feels more corporate and every database gets hit with the same piece of information? Or are you teaching the loan officers how to create their own relationship with their own database?
The latter for sure, just simply because most managers out there and say all loan officers need to produce under my name. Most managers out there say I've got to be CC'd on every email. My trademark has to be on it. The client has to know me. Like, dude, we're not God. Okay, just because we're here first, and just because we created this idea, you don't own people. Yep. So if one of my production partners originated a loan, even though that was a past client of mine, originated a new loan, the marketing material needs to be that person's loan officer, not mine anymore.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, it's the latter. It's where we make sure that if you go to Team Wally Home Loan on Instagram, Team Wally Home Loan on Instagram, that's one of our proudest things on it. If you see all the different videos on Instagram of our team, you literally have to scroll back 3 to 4 years to see a video of me.
Huh. Every
single piece of content that's going out is all the different loan officers that are on our team. Very little about me, simply because it's not about me anymore. When you build a team, the team is more important than you.
Huh. That's phenomenal. And so with the database marketing, they're empowered to do their own content. Are you finding that a lot of your loan officers are using video in their marketing, or is it all pretty much text-based, or are they calling, texting? How are you seeing the greatest relationships being built right now?
One thing that I feel really transcended our business is our client concierge team. So I created the concierge model back in 2019. And for many, many, many years, I had begged loan officers, like groveling on my hands and knees, begging them to call their past clients, groveling. And they just ignore me. Okay. So how about this? How about I hire a concierge member, teach them a script, teach them how to do a 7-day call after closing, a 30-day call after closing, a 6-month call after closing, and a set up for an annual mortgage review. If I set an appointment on your calendar for an annual mortgage review with one of your past clients, will you spend 15, 20 minutes on the phone and do an annual mortgage review? Okay, great. You will? Awesome. So it's a year cycle. And at the end of that, do an annual mortgage review. And now the loan officers are on that call and they're walking away with the referrals or giving referrals. Because on the annual mortgage review, they're asking the client, hey, 1 to 10, what do you rate your financial advisor? Oh, a 4? Okay. I need to introduce you my financial advisor. He or she's a 10. Oh, your financial advisor is a 12 out of 10? Awesome. I need to meet your financial advisor because I give out referrals. So there's 10 opportunities on an annual mortgage review call. So either getting a referral or giving a referral for the sake. So someone looking to purchase or list a home, that's 2. Getting a referral, giving a referral to CPA, that's 4. Getting a referral or giving a referral to a financial advisor, a family will attorney, and an insurance. There's 10 opportunities on every annual mortgage review call to get business, to get referrals. So unless you really suck over the phone or your clients just hate you, you're, you're going to walk away referrals on that call. What's awesome is they're going to help you. They're going to purchase houses, and you can refer those to your realtors and get more referrals from them. And or they're going to list a home, and you refer that to a listing agent and get more referrals from the buyers agent.
That's amazing. And you look at how much activity right now is being poured into buying leads and generating leads and trying to do social media content. And these are the fundamentals and the fundamental relationships that really do drive the business long term. You know, if you do these simple activities, they compound over time and they can make a huge impact but you're not hunting, you're farming. You know, these are things that are going to make a huge impact in 90 days, 120 days, 6 months, a year. And that's
I mean, it's wisdom that you learn over 2 decades of doing this grind, this business. And there's a great quote that I learned probably like 9 years ago. It said, everybody would tell me 9, 10 years ago, Wally, like you gotta learn how to work smart. You keep working hard. You're working 15-hour days, 6, 7 days a week. You're working hard. You gotta work smart. And I'm like, dude, if I knew how to work smart, I'd work smart. It's not that I'm doing the best I can. And that was that moment that a mentor of mine said, Wally, stop doing the best you can do and start doing it the best way it can be done. That's what working smart means. Stop doing what the best you can do is and start doing it the best way it can be done. And that's where efficiency goes up. That's where effectiveness goes up. That's where traction goes up. That's where spinning your wheels goes down. And that's where success becomes easy and fun.
Yeah. That's amazing. And so there's so much to unpack there, simply because so many people in the mortgage industry are working hard right now, but ignoring the fundamentals. So let me ask you this. You brought in your concierge program. We have a program that's very similar where we will make calls for mortgage professionals. So of the evolution as you brought that into your organization, are you still making those calls for your agents to the past clients, and are you calling realtors? What does that look like as far as the support goes on your team?
Well, the support goes up. So my client concierge is the one that makes the outbound calls. They handle the 7-day call after closing, the 30-day call after closing, the 6-month call. The loan officer is only involved in the agent mortgage. Okay. So dripping on your clients on 3 different phone calls over a 6-month span. So when you do your agent mortgage view, they're warmed up. They still remember who you are. They still remember your name. You're still front of mind. Okay. So that's big. That's the first thing. Number one. Number two, the videos that you see on Team Wally Home Loan, like say the Instagram videos, those are targeted. The Facebook videos are targeted directly to their database and their clients and their sphere and the audience and the lookalike audience that they create. Yep. So we have a 3-person business development team. The client concierge manager. We have a social media marketing specialist that does all their videos. Like literally all my loan officers have to do: sit behind a camera, talking to the camera, and that's it.
That's amazing.
We edit the videos for them. We do all the lighting for them. We post the videos for them. We market the videos for them. We boost or put ad spend behind the videos for them. Literally, and that's where, again, I beg and grovel one off saying, man, you got to get on YouTube. You got to get on Instagram. You got like, yeah, okay, Wally. Then they do nothing. Like loan officers, again, I've been one for 23 years. We're the biggest trained monkeys that you've never imagined. And for you to get us to do something new or different, like that's like pulling teeth. Yep. So when I structured that, I did it for them. Again, the business in 2019, 100 million, 150 million, 200 million, 250 million. And it really takes off and you build that momentum because now they just want to do loans all day. Cool. I'm going to make your phone ring. Right. I'm going to make your email blow up. I'm going to make your text blow up and just get opportunities in front.
That's phenomenal. And I hear from so many loan officers, like, why should I reach out to my database now? The refi boom is over. And so many people in our industry feel like a database is only an asset when rates are falling and they can call and refi. So, do you have any idea as to of the production that you get, like how much of it is referral business as opposed to refinance, that sort of thing?
I can tell you last year's we track it. We're similar track of it this year. So we're 30% realtor business. Where you rewind 4 years ago, we're like 95% realtor business.
Wow.
So 30% realtor business. We're 40% wealth partners, CBAs, family will attorneys. Then we're 20% database business. So it's 90, and then we got left here around 10% of this other.
Got it. That's super healthy. And so your coaching at Coach Wally, what's your process that you walk people through? Like a new loan officer that comes to you, what are the fundamentals that you look to put in place in your coaching program?
I'm a big fan of simple is more.
Yeah.
And I help loan officers create a one-page business plan. And a one-page business plan only has three components. What is the one thing that they're going to accomplish? Such by doing it makes everything else easy or unnecessary all year long. What is your one thing for your year? What are your top three priorities for your year? Your top three priorities. And then what are your 5 strategies in each one of those priorities to bring them to life? So
Hmm.
one thing, 3 priorities, 5 strategies. Then we go through and we create 5 wins for each one of the strategies.
Okay.
When you're going to accomplish each one of these strategies. And when I coach a loan officer, loan officers on my team in the branch, I coach them once a week for 30 minutes once a week.
Okay.
So we touch, hey, all right, so rate and ask them to rate themselves. I don't rate them, they rate themselves. Rate yourself from last week to this week on these levels. We have scorecards that they go through. Have you ever read the book Traction?
By the Entrepreneur Operating System. I am currently rereading it right now. I was reading it this morning.
So we run the EOS model with loan officers and what their rocks are, their 1 year, their 3 year, 10 year vision, what their biggest problems are. And we're helping them bring their vision of life for their business, not my vision of life for their business.
That is incredible. And so, are you teaching them EOS as you bring them through the process? Or are you more like, here are the tools, use them, and then they figure out later, like, oh, this all ties together?
No, there's two books that they read as they come on to the branch or on my team. One is The One Thing by Gary Keller,
Yep.
Jay, and then I'm also One Thing certified coach and speaker, but and trainer. And number two is Traction.
Very good.
So Traction, once you get someone dreaming, they're motivated, and they're going and they're driving hard, you want to be able to have them create traction along the way and not just spin their wheels. Because the worst thing you can do to a loan officer is you get them all excited, they go out there, hit the ground running, and they just spin their wheels and they lose momentum. Then you got to start all over.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the lead generation game, and not ever building that book of business and that referral network and those past clients. That's incredible. So, can you give me an example of a good one thing that one of your teammates have come to you and said, here's my one thing, just to give our listeners like an example of what a large scale vision would be when you look at that strategic planning exercise.
Yeah. Well, I'll do you one a little better than that. So I'm going to give you the one thing focus for every year.
Okay.
So as you look at our business plan and what we built, 2017, our one thing focus was our realtor relationships, going super deep with our relationships and actually having a relationship that grows into a partnership with our realtor. That was one thing. So, and what I mean by one thing, that's the lenses that we look through. That's the binoculars that we look through. Okay. Every decision of that year is dictated through those lenses and those binoculars.
Right.
So 2018 was our annual mortgage review. That's
Okay.
what we do, annual mortgage review. That was our focus. That's what we talked about to everyone and anyone. That's what we talked about our referral partners. That was our biggest value add to the marketplace. 2019 was our wealth team, creating a wealth team, a cocoon around our borrowers that helped them, because at the end of the day, we just gave them a ton of debt.
Right. Yeah.
A great job at helping them play defense with their debt by the loan structures we created. but who's helping them play offense and grow their wealth? I got the defense part handled, but who's helping them grow their wealth with offense? So then 2020 became database scalability. And what I realized in 2019 is I ran out of people. I ran out of households. So in 2019, I had probably about 2,000, 2,500 people in my database. So, it's scaling, it's growing, money's great. So I'm hiring one concierge member, two concierge member, three. I added to six concierge members. And before you know it, you run out of people to go. Right. So what I started doing, I started going to my referral partners. My CPAs got their database, started calling through their database. My financial advisors got their database, started calling through database. They're my family will attorneys, insurance. I took our database from 2,500 people to 12,000, right? And then I started referring the CPA clients to the financial advisor clients, the financial advisor clients to the wealth attorney clients, and so on and so on. And it has gotten to a point where it's like everybody's working cohesively together, and it was just referrals back and forth. And to put things dollarized for you, I tracked how many referrals I gave out on commissions. So in 2019, I tracked and gave out over $500,000 in commissions.
Wow.
2020, I gave out $1.1 million in commissions. 2021, they hit like 2.4 million in commissions.
Wow.
We're out, right? Think of this. Think of like the culture and chemistry that you create with your referral partners. And do they really care about that loan officer that's going to pay half their Zillow bill at that time?
No.
Or they care about the loan officer to help them earn another $100,000 at the end of the year from their referrals, right? So that's what I mean about scaling your database. 2021 was making it rain with referrals without me. So 2021 was a big focus, big great year for me, specifically for the fact of hitting, $200 million in loans, but I became the minority producer on the team, which is very different because majority of times to get to that kind of level, the founder has to be the majority producer on the team.
Yep.
I became the minority producer on the team, and the team around me has matured. I mean, Shane's been there for 9 years, CJ's been 6 years, so on and so on, where there's like years and years invested, where that compound effect of these teammates, now they're building their own teams. It's a super great feeling. You look at a guy like, CJ or Shane that been with me for 9 years, and they hired him as a loan officer assistant of mine that was at $10 an hour.
Wow.
Become a loan officer assistant, then they become a production partner, then they become a senior production partner, then now they're production managers with teams underneath them. And that's the progression of something we call Team Wally University. How do you take a loan officer from scratch, make them a loan officer assistant in 6 months, then it becomes a production partner, then it goes up to being a senior production partner, and then a production manager, and that's where they start building their own team. Dave Ramsey's got a great quote that we live by. It's called entrepreneurship. It's learning how to build a business within a business, scalable model systems and standards, versus having to leave that business and go work somewhere else to be able to build your business.
Right.
Fortunately, that's where most loan officers have to do.
That is amazing and incredible insights. And in every episode, I'm always looking for like 2 or 3 golden nuggets, and man, we are well past that in this episode. So thank you.
Should we stop? Should we call it a day?
I did. I think that's it, but I would love to have you back for a follow-up episode if you would be so generous to be on the show. But that is just absolutely amazing. And again, congratulations on the incredible success of your team and the business that you've built. That's incredible.
That's awesome. I appreciate your time, and I'd love to come back. Whatever I can do to help, whatever I can do to add value. I'll ever ask, and if there's any, where I get what the rub that I have with our industry is it's loan officers against loan officers. And the frustrating thing I feel is like, you see one loan officer, oh, he's not a loan officer, that's my enemy. Dude, like if you're in Dallas Fort Worth and you want to learn more about what we built, how we built, what we're doing to build it, it's super easy. Just reach out to me on Coach Wally. Let's go to coachwally.com or go to Facebook, or just every loan officer's cell number is online. Just look at my name, my cell phone's out there. Call me, text me, let me know if you're a loan officer. We'll grab a cup of coffee. It's funny. I just had a loan officer. Hopefully, he sees this episode. A loan officer come by. He works for a local bank, and he came out about an hour and a half ago. and he reached out to Coach Wally through LinkedIn. And I said, hey man, you're asking me a lot of questions. I type super slow, so why don't you just come by the office? He goes, I get to meet you. I'm like, yes, I'm just average guy. So at the end of the meeting, we met for like 30, 35 minutes. And at the end of the meeting, he goes, well, like, I'm super confused. You haven't tried to recruit me. I'm like, I'm not here to recruit you. And he goes, well, why? He was a $20 million producer. He goes, if I'm a $20 million producer and you're a $200 million producer, why do you even take my time today, take my call if you're not trying to recruit me? I said, here's the deal, man. I said, do you have kids? He goes, yeah, I've got a couple of girls. And I said, well, I know if girls are different than boys, but my boys are 15 and 16, about to be 17. Braden,
Wow.
So they're teenagers. And I said, I don't know about you, but once they got age 11, age 12, they stopped doing what I say and they started doing what I do. So, and the loan officer's name will remain nameless, but it's super cool. I told him, I plan on talking about you at the dinner table then. I plan on telling my two sons that I met a guy. I'm not trying to make a dollar off him. I don't need anything from him. But I spent 35 minutes with him today breaking down our systems models, how we built what. I even emailed him over my business plan, and and this is how you want to give back. So I'm trying to plant these the seeds in my sons, and he started tearing up, which was cool because like I don't know, man, it feels great to give back.
Yeah, well, and yes, it does, and you've done another incredible job of it here on the show. So I can't thank you enough for sharing with us. And so I know it's Team Wally Home Loans on Instagram. We'll have all of the contact details below in the show notes. So for those of you that are listening, please make sure you hit like and comment on the show, and let Wally know what you thought of the episode. So again, Wally, thank you so much for being on the show, and I can't wait to have you back.
Well, bud, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Hey, it's Chris. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you enjoyed our guest today on the podcast. This is a reminder that we have just finished taking the greatest lessons from all of our guests and packaging them together into a brief online video presentation that's going to teach you the 10 most profitable ways to grow your mortgage business. And then we show you how to automate those processes in your business with people and systems so that you get the results without you having to do the work every day. This is quite literally a blueprint so that you walk into your mortgage business every day with pre-booked appointments with borrowers that want to meet with you and referral partners that want to send you business, so that you are spending your time inside your mortgage business on the highest dollar per hour activities, and you truly become the executive of your business, a true business owner, rather than just somebody who's going to a job every day and making a wage on the way through. This is an absolutely incredibly powerful training for you, and I cannot wait for you to experience it. So head on over to chriswebinar.com. That's chriswebinar.com to get that free training today. Now, if you could do me another favor, if you enjoyed this episode, please head on over to iTunes, search the Loan Officer Wealth Podcast, and give us a 5-star rating and review, really on any podcast platform that you're watching this on. That just 30 seconds of your time goes to help another loan officer in the industry discover this information and really help put their life and their business on track for more success. We are all in this together, and there is more than enough for all of us in the industry. So I would love if you left us that 5-star rating and review. Don't forget to stay tuned for our next episode, and I'll see you then.